Oh, hey there, ho there. Welcome back to the Woodworking is Bullshit. This here is Foghorn Leghorn. I'm your host of the podcast, Woodworking is Bullshit. I'm your host, Paul Jasper. I said that twice. Scientist by day, woodworker by night. And of course, I got my boy in the chair across from me, fine furniture and content creator, Erik Curtis.
What's up, Doc? I really hope that this is somebody's first time they're ever listening to this episode. And the first thing they hear from us is, hey there, hold out.
Hey there, hold out. I don't, yeah. All right. Anyway, it's just me and Erik tonight. And you know what that means? We're rolling with another episode of Barstool Confessions.
Barstool Confessions.
This is our 6th installment, if I'm correct. I think so. And for those that may have forgotten, Erik and I just tried off the cuff one time. Hey, what if it's just the two of us talking like we do at the bar? Like, that's how we started this podcast, was because we thought, hey, you know, this started with us poring over thoughts and ideas together when we, drink at the bar together. Let's revisit that in a podcast format. So that's what Barstool's Confession is. And of course, the feedback was tremendous. People loved it the very first time we did it, and we've gotten good feedback ever since. So it's a little different than our, more orchestrated topical episodes, but yet it is topical. You just don't know what it is. And we have surprises for each other. We don't know what each other's going to say.
Oh, we got some surprises tonight, buddy.
So the concept. So all I did was tell Erik what I think the concept is for tonight. And that is, when things happen in your life, what are the learnings? And I bring this up as a way to say, like, oh, we could just talk about what happened to us this week or this month. Like, many podcasts cover like, hey, what's going on, right? And you can talk about that. But for me, I always seem to come back to, well, that was really awesome, or that was not that awesome. But like, what did I learn from it? And what do I take away? If I were to look at what happened and zoom out like I'm a drone out to 40,000 feet and look down on the situation, what did I learn? What are the greater abstracted learnings that I can carry with me? And next time I see that same thing happening or something similar, or next time I feel confused, can I rely upon those learnings from my previous exposure, right? So it's 40,000 feet. This segment is called 40,000 feet. So Erik and I are each coming with things that have happened to us recently. And what is the learning and what do we take away from it? Erik, baby, you're going to go first.
There's a legal document somewhere that says something about me learning from previous exposures, but we're going to set that aside. Okay. Do you want me to start with a question and then give the observation, or observation that leads into the question? Because we know sometimes I get stuck in the rabbit hole and forget to bring it back around to the question.
Tell us the observation first.
Okay. All right. So, anybody who has been watching, listening to, observing any of the content I've put out over the last 7 months is very familiar with the fact that I got myself a dog. Right? Mm-hmm. Teddy's a good boy. He's a sweet soul of a pup. But he's got a look to him. He's 75 pounds of Mike Tyson. He looks like a stone cold killer. And
when you say the look to him, you mean the pitbull look?
He's a pitbull. He's a pitbull. And pit bulls have a reputation, earned or not. It's in some ways it's completely unearned, and just pop culture. And in other ways, there's some merit to it. But Teddy he plays hard, but he wants to lick you to death ultimately. We'll go to the park and he'll come up and he'll wrestle with a dog. And as soon as the dog yips, he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, I thought we were having a good time. That's your line. That's cool. But when I walk him down the streets of Philly, people cross the street. I have seen people wince and turn away from him when he goes up to their dog to greet him at the dog park. So they have this clear inherent bias against the pit bull, and there's social connotations to that. There's economic connotations to that. There's a whole history of the pit bull and how it was. I don't know what the right word is, but how that prejudice has grown over the 20th century, basically. So I was then wondering, seeing this inherent bias in people, and then seeing how quickly that can change when they realize, like, oh, Teddy's going to run up to your Chihuahua and then just like sniff him kind of gently and be like, you're too small to play with, so I'm going to move on. That initial exposure to engagement with, and then mind changing, I've been wondering about my own and your creative biases. The biases that we have. And I mean, this conversation can expand well outside of the creative fields, but specifically, we can start in the creative fields because this is a podcast about creativity. I'll give mine first. That, like, these are the first few that came to mind.
Oh, but before you start talking about, so the question is, what biases might you have that maybe you're not aware of, or can you quantify them, or can you explore them more deeply because you're seeing them thrust onto you in the situation with your dog?
And and specifically about other people's work, not necessarily about your own. How do you perceive other people's creative practices? And
okay,
what does that say about your unspoken biases, right?
Okay.
So the first thing that came to mind is a friend of mine, and I don't want to use their name. Obviously, they're a friend of mine. But when I was first exposed to their work, I was thoroughly unimpressed. It tends to be a lot of simple shapes, rectangles, squares, circles, composed onto one another, and in very simple colors and tones and shades, right?
Okay.
Now, if I was going to just like be borderline mean about it, like it kind of looks as though like a kindergartner has taken a bunch of shapes and just stacked them on top of each other, right?
Okay.
And it's not until you have a conversation with this person and hear about their work and what they're trying to accomplish that it started to become, it felt more intentional. And so I realized that my bias is when I see excessively simple woodworking, my assumption is that that person doesn't have the skill to do more complex woodworking, which is ironic because I tend to be a minimalist in a lot of my designs as well.
Yes, but I would push back and say 19 times out of 20, that assumption is probably correct.
Maybe, but like,
Erik, human nature goes with the rule rather than the exception. You came across an example where it turned out to be not true, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Well, so this is ultimately like what I'm sitting with, what I'm getting at about my own perception of other people's work is not necessarily like the work that this person is doing or that people who have that aesthetic is doing. Like it's pretty simple woodworking, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you are confronted, and this goes well beyond woodworking, with the fact that your bias, whether on the whole or in a specific circumstance, is proven to be incorrect, do you have the capacity to change your opinion?
Well, in that case, you do. But should you lose the bias completely?
I don't know. I'm just asking you. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. They can make that decision for themselves. Do you have the capacity to change your opinion when confronted? So, like, look, you're coming to the house next week, right?
Yep.
And you haven't met Teddy, and I don't think you have a bias against big dogs, even though you got these tiny little squirts. But
excuse me.
Listen, I love them, but they're tiny little squirts. You know. tiny little squirts.
Okay.
So is it a thing that like, if you were to have a ingrained fear of pit bulls because of pop culture and you meet Teddy, do you have the capacity to go, okay, this dog is not a killer.
Yeah.
And so I can be comfortable in this house around him.
Yes. Okay. I have a few thoughts about the Teddy example, but we should get back to the whole bias thing. Yeah. Is it good or is it bad? And is it? But let's take Teddy because you brought that up. I definitely am more cautious around pit bulls. Why? Not because I believe they're more frequently aggressive than any other dog. I think all dogs can be aggressive. But pit bulls in particular are unique in the dog world in that they have the physical ability to kill a human.
Sure.
Frenchies do not, or at least, I don't think there's any documented case of a little French bulldog or a Chihuahua killing a human. So
I have to Google this now. Keep talking.
So there's a seriousness that comes with being around an animal that can cause like serious harm to a human. So maybe the caution's turned up a notch. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, you're smiling. Did you find out that a Chihuahua has killed a human?
Granted, this is just an AI overview, but in May 2020, a 52-year-old woman in Fox Lake, Illinois, was fatally mauled inside her home by a French Bulldog mix.
How was a mix? It was mixed with pitbull.
Yeah.
It was mixed with
pitbull. Sure.
Okay, so from the minute I see a pitbull, I'm definitely more cautious. I don't put my hands out. Sure. And I ask the owner, I'm like, are they friendly? I just take the temperature. Whereas if I saw a Frenchie, I'd probably just reach. I'd be more apt to just reach. Second of all, I have a pitbull down the street from me who is the love of my life, the most friendly pit bull ever. Oh my God, so well trained, so loving, wouldn't hurt a fly. So I've had some really nice experiences with pit bull. I've never had a bad one, actually. So that's kind of where I'm at about pit bull. So I would probably be cautious at first because my experience has told me, this is a dog that is very powerful. So I'm going to play it safe. And then the owner can instruct me and the body language of the dog can instruct me what's next.
Sure.
And then I would fucking love all over that dog.
Yeah. Well, there's that. So it's more it sounds to me like what you're saying is it's not a bias against pit bulls. It's seeing the capacity of the individual dog. Correct. So pit bull or no, if it was a Rottweiler, if it was fucking Saint Bernard, right?
Any dog that is powerful enough to cause serious harm. I think I'm going to be a little more cautious.
That's fair. So if we were to draw a parallel in woodworking, people have a hesitance, a fear of a table saw, for example.
That's a
right?
Great,
when you're starting out, when you're starting out, you're like, I'm afraid, but nobody's afraid of a chisel. And I personally, as a teacher, have seen more students injure themselves with a chisel than on a table saw.
I've been hurt more by a chisel than a table saw.
Right.
I've never been hurt by a table saw.
So are we saying that Frenchies bite more people than pit bulls? Is that what we're saying?
Dick, that is not the extrapolation. But it's a great analogy, or it's a great metaphor for this, because with the table saw, I knew it could cut my fingers off. So I have a saw stop.
Yeah, it's the capacity to cut your fingers off.
But before I had a saw stop, I never, ever put my fingers past the blade. I always used a push stick 100% of the time. Fingers never, ever came near it. That was my agreement for I own a saw that will not stop. And I'm never gonna have that problem because I'm never gonna put my fingers near it.
So can I draw a different analogy or sure. use a different example? I coached gymnastics for 15 years. And I worked at a number of different gyms. Most gyms would have standard above ground trampolines. Okay. A couple of the gyms that I worked at, usually when you were getting into higher achieving competitive teams.
Yeah, like in-ground
would have in-ground trampolines. Now, I've never been a person that's feared injury. My entire life, like I have always done crazy shit with my body and just assume that it will be fine. And most of the time it is. The only exception to that is once I got used to pulling like double backs on an in-ground trampoline, and then I went to an above ground trampoline again, all of a sudden that 3.5 feet to the concrete floor looks a lot more dangerous, and you're a lot more, or I was a lot more cautious on what types of things I was willing to attempt on the trampoline. I'm sorry,
did you say you can do a double backflip?
I mean, I can't anymore. Probably. Yeah, I got.
You could do a double backflip?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Dude, I was in the sport for 20 some odd years. Yeah.
I heard about this peripherally, but what?
I mean, on a trampoline. It doesn't count on a tramp. But yeah, we were working on
is that
on
what
triples.
they call it in the biz? A tramp?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, no, cool I was the tramp, but that's a different story.
Okay, that's what they call it, tramp. Okay, fucking cool guy. He was in the insider talk. Holy shit, Eric, I didn't know it was that serious. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, I competed for a number of years. Floor was my best event, yeah.
Do you have any videos of this that I can see?
I don't know if I do. I stopped competing in, what would it have been, like 2005, I think. So like, I don't think there are any videos left over.
Fucker.
I might, like, I could try to pull one. I haven't done it in probably 3 or 4 years now, but I would put $100 down. I could still do a standing back tuck, like on the floor.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Now, granted, I'm closing in on 40, so I may be pushing my luck at
this point. Okay, so wait, Eric, you didn't say this segment's called 40,000 feet. What have you learned? What is your learning from this observation?
Ooh, that's a fair point. Really put me on the spot like that. I try not to learn as best I can. No, I think the thing that the reason I'm hesitating is because it's, on the one hand, I think the work should speak for itself and shouldn't require the artist's intervention to explain why it's good. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, me having a bias towards storytelling, I know that if I have a conversation with the artist and understand why they made certain decisions, I am more apt to view their work in a positive light.
Okay.
So maybe just get the fuck over myself and just, let people make the things that they want to make and stop fucking judging them for it.
Okay. So
maybe that's the lesson.
You came away with, maybe my biases are not that useful.
Yeah, I don't know that they're helpful.
Well, sometimes they are helpful because they keep you from danger. Like biases. Like if it smells bad, don't eat it. Right? That's
sure.
Your biology telling you don't eat harmful things. If you see something sketchy on the sidewalk, and you're like, I don't think I want to walk on that. Right? So some biases keep you safe and help you. But you're saying with respect to art and understanding people's art, it's not like having that bias doesn't do me any favors per se.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that this bias, upon reflection, is about whether or not it would influence my work in one way or the other. I think it's pure ego. Like, because it's in like a gallery context,
Eric,
right?
Eric,
it's in a gallery context. So if your work is in a gallery and my work is not in a gallery, that like I applied to that show and it didn't get in, and I see that work and I'm like, well, why the fuck is that piece in and mine isn't?
I see. I see. There's ego.
So,
good for you calling out your own ego, though.
Listen, I'm fucking insufferable. I get it.
I didn't say that. I said good job calling your own ego out.
Yeah.
No, you're not insufferable. Okay. All right. Mine.
All right. Go for it.
So I'm going to tell you the observation, then I'll tell you what the 40,000 foot learning was.
Okay.
So recently, my wife and I, we took a bunch of trips. We went to London and Paris. We went to Arizona for 10 days. We went to Toronto. And I've always been kind of hesitant to plan trips. And that's because I used to overplan them. I used to think I need every detail of every day mapped out, every contingency, everything we're doing. And there was so much work up front that I didn't even want to plan vacations because I just didn't want to sit at that computer for 10, 12, 20 hours, like Googling every possible restaurant. Oh, but it's got to be the best restaurant. And what region should it be? Well, it's got to be close to the public. And then, oh yeah, but then what are we going to do after? Well, it's far away from what we want to do after. So maybe that's not the ideal restaurant. And you get analysis paralysis, you dizzy yourself with details, and then you just don't even want to plan a trip. And I'm like, this is not a good way to live. And so slowly but surely, I've been, and this is the observation, the learnings are manifold, like so many learnings. I've been moving towards a thing where I just plan the trip. I book the airline and I book the hotel roughly. I might spend an hour or two looking at stuff, maybe an hour, maybe two. And then I just book it. And I'm like, we'll figure the rest out. Maybe there's one or two things you really want to do and you do those things. So we did this with London and we leave the rest open. And then we did this with Arizona and we left so much open. And I want to tell you some of the learnings about why we left it open and then get back to actually what happened. So to me, what we're doing is we're putting a structure, a framework in place, and we're saying, let the universe happen. Be open to the universe. That's my message. That's my learning. That is like literally the phrase of the year for me and my wife. We are being open to the universe. And it has been a fucking great year.
Yeah.
It has been a fantastic year for us. So how are we open to the universe? We planned this trip with our daughter to London and Paris. We only had very few plans in London. We go to Phantom of the Opera. My daughter loves musicals. We go to Phantom of the Opera. We have nothing the next day. We just left it totally open. We have no idea what we're going to do. Now, some people would be like, oh, why? That's a waste. Like you need plans, right? But like while we're at intermission at Phantom of the Opera, we wander down to the pit orchestra and we start talking to the musicians because both my daughter and I played instruments. And of course, we love to like look over like, what's it like to be a real instrument player, you know? And we start talking with some of the instrumentalists, some of the musicians in the pit at intermission. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not usually here. I'm usually playing at Wicked. And my daughter looks at me with stars in her eyes. And I say to him, are there tickets to Wicked? And he's like, oh, totally. There's matinee tickets. Yeah, you should go ask. Definitely. And so the next day we go see Wicked. And it was even better than Phantom of the Opera. Like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Wicked was outstanding. My daughter and I were in tears multiple times. It was like the best thing. But like, had we not left that day open, the universe wouldn't have led us to have that conversation. I'm not saying this is foretold by I'm just saying like this is happenstance.
Sure.
But we wouldn't have had the availability.
You're open to walk through doors that are opening in real time.
Yes. And it's a little weird to not have things planned out if someone as structured as myself, but like that's what happens. So then we go to Paris and we say, you know what? We're going to let our daughter plan the itinerary and she's going to plan it off TikTok. So us oldie moldies are like, wait a minute here. We're letting a teenager use TikTok recommendations by other fucking teenagers to guide our one and only trip to Paris. Is this a good idea? And I tell you what, man, she hit it out of the park.
Fucking amazing.
The places she took us to, the breakfast places, the food, all these influencer TikTok recommendations were stellar. They were amazing, without a doubt. And like, I couldn't believe how good it was. And we would just freewheeling for like 4 days around Paris.
And it was raw dog in Paris, huh?
Yeah, and it was so fun because we didn't have anywhere to be. We didn't have anything to do necessarily, and we would just find things to do. So fine. So that trip came and went. Then we go to, and this is what really cemented it for me, we go to Arizona. Now we go to Jason's Patreon summit, Bourbon and Moth, Jason Hibbs. And I spoke at that summit last year. And so we go to the summit. Vicky comes with me. And what's nice is I know everyone because I spoke last year. So everyone knew me. So it's a real great icebreaker. Now, why are we there in the first place? Well, the previous year when I was the speaker, I met a couple, Alex and Melissa. And Alex and Melissa and I became fast friends over that weekend, like the three of us. They were dating for like 4 or 5 years at the time. And over some drinks at the bar came the conversation. Oh, are you guys married? Like, what do you? And Melissa looks across the bar at Alex and Alex, are we married? And Alex comes in with this really sheepish look on. She's like, why aren't we married yet? And I'm like, oh shit, what have I stepped into? We're just becoming friends. And like there's some like, where's the ring, big guy going on at the bar. And Alex was like super awesome about it. He like laughed and like, but there was definitely some real tension in that.
Oh yeah.
And so the vulnerability and the honesty of them and me in that moment, like we just kind of went with it. And sure, it's not the kind of conversation you normally have with like new friends.
Well, this is also your fucking superpower. You're just like, oh, you guys are like arguing about getting engaged. Let's have a real conversation. The three of us who you've known for an hour and a half.
Yeah, so that's exactly what happened, right? And then we kept in touch the whole year. And then Alex reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm thinking about making a ring box in the middle of the year. And then they get engaged. I see it all happen on Instagram, because I'm friends with both of them now. And they were like, we totally want you to come to the wedding. And I was like, okay, let's go. Like, I've met you one weekend, but I'm open to the universe. Let's go. Yep. So that's what precipitated the trip to Arizona, is their wedding. And then we realized that Jason's conference is a week before. So we're like, let's do both. Let's go back to the Jason's conference. Let's go to this wedding. And in between, we'll go to the Grand Canyon, which is one of Vicky's, my wife's, lifelong dreams. Okay. So we go to the woodworking conference. Keith's there. Michael Alm is there. Jason, like, all these great people are there. We have the best time. And my wife's with me this time. So like she's meeting all these new people. And Vicky was never into that whole woodworker bohemian, like friends with everyone thing. But like she's learned that these are really awesome people. Like through you, of course, you, Mary, Keith, like she loves all of you dearly. Justin, Conrad, Jack, everyone, she's seen what great people this community has to offer. So she goes with me. We have the best time during the conference. Then we're mini golfing. And a couple that we met last year as well, not Alex and Melissa, Joe and Marley. Joe's like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And we're like, just driving up.
We don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, driving up to the, we're staying at a friend's house, an engraver friend. We're staying at his parents' house. We're just driving up there, just getting, it's a 2-3 hour drive. He's like, well, listen, I'm a police officer with the Phoenix Police Department. You guys know that. I knew that from meeting them last year. He's like, I'm in the air unit now. What do you say you go on a ride along in the helicopter?
Yeah. Yep.
I like time stopped for me. It's like, what do you mean? Why don't you go on a helicopter, like on patrol, on a ride along in a helicopter? Like, I've never seen a helicopter up close. Never mind ridden in one. And I looked at him across the table and I look at Vicky and I'm like, do you want to go in a helicopter? And she's like, why the fuck not?
Let's go. The fuck not?
So again, not having plans and just meeting people and being open to the universe. And so we met Joe the next day. We went up in the Phoenix police chopper for an hour and a half.
Amazing.
Ride along. We got called into cases. We had the headphones on, and it was all legit. Like you sign a bunch of, forms that they have very specific ride along policies. And we went up in a helicopter. Neither of us has ever even been near a helicopter for an hour and a half. And it was fucking thrilling.
Listen, I've got one singular question for you. This whole 7 minutes you've been laying out this whole fucking story. Did at any point you turn to your buddy and you're like, I spotted the perp?
We did. We did spot the perp. We did. I'm not even kidding. We saw the perp.
Amazing.
running down a mountain.
Amazing.
It was a male and a female perp. They're running down a mountain. They ditched something in a bush. You could totally see they're radioing the ground unit.
Like, we got a perp at 11 o'clock.
Totally ditched it in the bush. Vicky and I are like, the chopper's tilted at 45 degrees. We're looking down like wondering, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing here? It was amazing. So that happened. Then all week long were like day trips. So my friend Louis, he's an amazing engraver. Let us stay at his parents' house with him. His parents are off in New Zealand. We stayed with him all week in Prescott, Arizona. He gave us day trips to like 45 minutes down a dirt road, no road at all, no cell reception. He's like, just follow this road for about an hour. He's like, don't worry. There's no cell reception. There's no signs. There's no road. There's no guardrails. Just follow it. You'll find this amazing river called Fossil Creek, and you can swim in it. And it's like all these waterfalls and crystal clear water in the middle of a desert. And I'm like, okay, we're being open to the universe. So Vicky and I, not? Yeah, like Vicky's flipping out that we're going to fall off the side of a mountain as we drive down this hour long. It's like the most like crazy shit. And sure enough, it was brilliant. There was like waterfalls and rivers, and you can swim in any of them all the way down this like 10-mile area. It's amazing, Erik.
Yeah.
And like, this is not our normal jam. We don't do things like this normally.
So all right. So what?
Wait, I have two more things. Okay. So all week long, and we see the Grand Canyon, and we make new friends, and then we go to Alex and Melissa's wedding, and it's full of new people, new friends. We were having such a good time at the wedding with our table that they didn't call us to eat, and the food left. Yeah, like, have you ever gone to a wedding and not eaten dinner? That happened. Like, and they're like, okay, we can come back. We can come back, and they come back and they give Vicky a plate of potatoes, and you know what? And we don't even care because we had so much fun with our new friends. And then one of them is from he's from Mexico. Out from under the table, he brings out a whole set of like authentic mezcal and all the trimmings, all the accoutrements and side things instead of dinner. And I don't know, I didn't know he had it there. He like, amazing. He's like, this came directly out of Mexico. And like all this shit happens and we make all these new friends. It's truly phenomenal. And we go home and we felt so refreshed about humanity, about the niceness of people, about being open to like the universe. So that was these trips to me were such a learning moment. And then of course we went to Toronto and saw Conrad and spent a weekend with him and his wife to pick up a plane, but really that was just an excuse for us to get together. It was the most amazing weekend together. Like, we love Conrad and Jill. They're like, we get along thick as thieves. Another weekend of just being open to the universe, new friends. So for me, this whole year has been a lesson in opening ourselves up.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I interrupted your question.
Well, you gave a lot of observation. You didn't ask a question at the end.
Ask a question. Well, I didn't have a question.
What was the learning? The learning was just be open?
The learning. Okay. So for a long time, Erik, oh, by the way, one more thing. We're washing dishes and we hear a cat meowing out in the yard.
Oh, yeah.
Long story short, because it's already been a long story longer, it turns out to be a stray kitten about 5 weeks old. And we catch it after 4 days. And now it's our cat. We've never owned a cat before. We never thought we'd own a cat. But a stray cat presented itself. And now we have a cat in our family.
Last time I presented myself, I got arrested. But that has nothing to do with this story. So
we love this cat. Her name's Georgia. And we love her. And we never wanted to be cat owners. We never thought we'd be cat owners. But the universe presented us with a kitten. Of all things. And so all right, so what's the learning? So Erik, for a long time, I've been thinking about the Buddhist idea that desire is the root of suffering. That whole idea. So I'll read something. The Buddhist framework, right? In Buddhism, desire is not. I'm reading this, by the way. I didn't write this. I wish I did. In Buddhism, desire is not merely wanting a good meal. It is the deep fundamental thirst for things to be different than they are. That's what desire is, or the clinging to things that inherently cannot last. This craving, desire, creates a cycle of dissatisfaction because everything in the universe, including our bodies, emotions, and circumstances, is constantly changing. So the more you cling to desire, the more you cling to the universe staying the way it is, or your life, or controlling the narrative of your life, the more I find myself being uncomfortable because I can't control it. So I've said, for a long time, I've been thinking a different way. I'm like, what if I let go? What if I open myself to the universe and say, I'm open, whatever happens, happens, and I'm open to it. And that this year kind of juxtaposed some of that Buddhist thinking that I've been kind of mulling over in the back of my mind.
Okay. I've got two thoughts. One is just, I'll start with, because it's a carte blanche agreement. You know that I agree with everything that you just said creatively in life. Like this is why I have gotten in the car and just driven west and just like, I don't know, where are you going to sleep tonight? I don't know, I'll fucking couple hours before I'm tired, I'll like find a spot and go there, And like sometimes you find incredible things. Some of the most beautiful places I've been in this country have come from trying to get to X, but stopping at like X1, X2, X3, X4 along the way and just like, I don't fucking know. Let's find out. And I don't remember where half these fucking places are, but I remember being there and they were incredible. So I agree with that. So that like full stop agreement out of the way. Let me ask you a question. Your daughter is going to college now, right? In the fall.
Yep.
So for the last 18 years, you have to some extent had to be structured. You were raising a child, right?
Correct. Yep.
They require structure. They require repetition. They require safety.
I know where you're going,
right?
I know where you're going.
And
Go
now
ahead.
you a couple fucking empty nesters out here.
Yeah. Open to the universe. It's so easy.
You're like, fuck
it's
it.
so
What's
easy.
this next stage of our life look like?
Yeah.
So genuinely, I'm not trying to pick on you, but I'm genuinely wondering, do you think that I don't want to phrase this like children are a burden, because your daughter is wonderful.
No, it's not even about children per se.
But it's about responsibility. So
it's about responsibility.
You are at a moment of transition where you no longer have the responsibility, and
Correct.
You are like, oh, I can do anything.
Correct.
And now all of a sudden, all the horizons are open.
So being open to the universe is predicated on a few things. That is, you're financially secure. That's a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not to be taken for granted. I hustled for a lot of years to build a structure, a rock solid foundation that gave me financial security. That is not to be taken lightly. And that wasn't about being open to the universe. Well, maybe. No, in pieces, maybe. But
listen, you busted your ass for 20 years to get to where you're at. But that then affords you the ability, to your point, to go, correct, we're going to go to England and France and Arizona and just kind of like fuck off this year.
Correct. And that is a privilege. That is a position of privilege. So you have to have the financial security. You have to have the personal security in a relationship. Your children have to be of age that they can either come with you or be cared for, or like take care of themselves. Definitely. All of that is true. And in fact, I'll go one even further and say, oh, Erik, you and I love to talk about balance. Oh, balance. How much is enough? Balance in life. Yeah, I got to pray. But like lately, the last month or so, science has picked up substantially to the point that I don't have a ton of time for the wood shop. Because I'm doing science, most pretty much around the clock. And I'm not complaining. It's been fantastic. Like I can't put the projects down. They're so interesting. So like, I don't mind. It's totally fine by me. But what I realized is there's very little creative gas in the tank at 9 p.m. After I've exhausted myself on science all day. 9 p.m. rolls around and I'm like, oh, I am not going to the shop. Fuck the shop.
You're like, I am open to the fucking couch.
I am open to that pillow hitting my head. No, so like it's easy. Like in essence, it's an extension of what you're just saying. It's like easy to say these things, but it's conditional.
Yeah.
Like having a balanced life with work and play is conditional based on you have gas in the tank after work. Being open to the universe is conditional, being that you have your bills paid and you have your child's cared for and you have a house, you know, that you know what I mean? It's a great point.
Yeah.
Erik.
Well, so as you are kind of telling this story of just like, you know, we're just going to go see what happens. I was thinking about two people concurrently, and they're just kind of pop culture icons, famously people who have done a lot of like soul searching and being open to the universe. Matthew McConaughey and Bill Murray. Two people who famously for an extended period were just like, I'm famous, but I'm just going to kind of disappear. I'm just going to go like see what's out there. You know, like the legend of Bill Murray is like, he would just like show up at a random person's party and then you just like party with Bill Murray for the night. And then he'd be gone. Like Matthew McConaughey, like buying an Airstream and just like fucking off into the desert for like a month at a time. Right. Yeah. But to your point, those are both people who had the security of passive income, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
And I don't know what their income level was. I don't know if they were still rolling in the millions at that point in time, but they at least had enough to not have to worry about like, am I going to be able to afford a peanut butter and jelly for dinner? Yeah. You know?
Now, to your point though, if you're at a point where you're younger and you're working for it, I do think I wish I had the idea of being open to the universe, at least in the back of my mind. Not that I could have fucked off for 10 days and done whatever I wanted when I was 20, but maybe I wouldn't have been so wound up if things didn't go my way. I wish I would have been a little more open to like, okay, you don't have to control the narrative on everything. And I would say, you know, that probably applies to all of us. So many people I've seen in life who get upset about things just because the universe didn't quite go their way. And what I mean by universe is like whatever you were trying to control the outcome. Not that it's not upsetting. It is in some ways because you work hard for things, but sometimes letting go, I think provides you a path of less suffering. I think.
I agree, which is why I didn't bring up the financial security aspect of the freedom and the openness so much as the responsibility aspect, because if you're drawing parallels to your 20s, the one thing that I think, at least, the thing that people, when they talk about like how wonderful your 20s are, they're not necessarily talking about like the chaos of it, the insecurity of it. What they're talking about is the lack of responsibility, right? You didn't have kids, you didn't have a mortgage,
right.
Maybe you had a cat, but like or a dog, you know, but like that was about it. Your parents were still young enough where you could be like, I'm just gonna fucking drop my shit off at your house for a month and fuck off. And now you're coming back around the other side of that, where I am. Yeah, now you are in a similar position of a lack of not a lack of, but a completion of responsibility, if you will. Yeah. And now you also have the financial ability to like fuck off even harder.
But you know what I'm proud of, Erik, is I think as you age, you get fearful and you get complacent and you get set in your ways. Sure. And I feel like Vicky and I are actually going the opposite way. We're actually opening the envelope as we age because we see that there's more there's more there if we're open to it.
Yeah.
And I love that. For example, after the wedding, there's an after party. It's midnight. It's 12:30. Vicky's drunk. I'm drunk. We're starving because, by the way,
Skip
we didn't eat at the wedding. Right? And we're in Prescott, Arizona. And I look at her and we're at the bar with all our new friends and we're having a great time. And I go, I'm starving. I just look at her. I'm starving. And she's like, me too. And I open my phone and find a pizza place just down the street. And my wife and I, at age 50 and 51, are wandering down the street like we're 20, going to get pizza at 1 a.m. Vicky's high-fiving people on the street that she's passing. She's like loaded, right? High five, stay blessed. You know, like, it's like amazing, right?
Stay blessed is fucking incredible.
And we get to the pizza place, we roll up, and like I just had a moment, which is like I feel young again. It's like here we are, fucking hobnobbing down some random ass street in some random ass city in Arizona, getting pizza at 1 a.m. together. Like this is not our life for the past 20 years, but like. Wow, that felt like it just was symbolic of like recapturing the mentality of youth for just a minute.
Well, I think that is the linchpin right there, the just a minute. Like you know in your heart of hearts, like it's wonderful to be open and it's so much fun to like come back and experience it again in a new, but like you know that you're not going to be out till 1 a.m. every night for the next 5 years. Like you know what I mean?
Vicky in bed by 8 p.m.
Right. So there's a certain, like, what I think you are at the advantage of at this point that we didn't have in our 20s is the self-awareness to notice in the moment how rare and fleeting it is and take it in. Like drink it in. Yes. You know what I mean?
And we're going to be with you
Goddamn
Thursday doing the same thing in Philly together.
Goddamn right. Yep.
Because we can.
Because we can.
Because we could take an extra day off and just fuck around with my boy Erik.
Yep. It's going to be a good ass time too. We got
we're gonna see Mary.
meals planned.
We're going to see Mary too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the four of us, we going out.
We're going to be raging. We're going to bring this city to its knees. You know who brings me to my knees? That was maybe the worst one I've ever done.
Oh, no.
Praise be WTB, William Teresa Burkle of WTB Woodworking, our Lord and Savior. There's so many things happening at 390 Huntington or 390 Pike Road in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Let me tell you just a couple of things that are going on real quick. Let's see. In my defense, I'm going to put Bill on blast right now. In my defense, he sent me this in June, and the entries for this giveaway ended on May 25th. So this one is actually this one's on Bill. Here's what I'll say about WTB Woodworking if you don't already know. Bill is the fucking man, and you should support his business in person or online. Go buy his wares. And if you are close enough, you can get 10% off all wood turning blanks in store, 10% off all boards in store, and 50% off all slabs in store. You should go fucking take care of that business. I'll tell you that much. And the in-store summer sale for Shaper is from June 17th to July 6th, which is tomorrow, which is not helpful for you guys. So go support Bill because he's the man.
That's not helpful.
That's not helpful. But you know what is helpful? Gorillas. You know why? You know why? They make the best fucking glue. Please tell me, Erik,
why are gorillas helpful?
They make the best glue. The good gorillas in the factory at Gorilla Glue. And that's really what I've learned. So what I've learned since my faux pas of suggesting that Gorilla Glue is made from gorillas. No. I've learned that it's made by gorillas. It's actually the only company in America that hires at fair wage gorilla workers, which is a thing that you should support. Listen, you know how hard it is for a fucking gorilla to find employment in this economy?
Come on. You just got us fired. 100%. It's over.
You should know that Gorilla Wood Glue has less water, more glue, and a stronger bond than the other guys. It dries a natural color with less yellowing, cleans up with water, and is non-foaming. And that bond, it's actually stronger than the wood itself because that is the type of love and care that Gorillas put into their glue.
Erik, if we were not removed from Gorilla Glue's podcast list before, we 100% are now. If you heard the way Keith approaches it,
like a professional,
professionalism, not saying a bunch of gorillas are
finish this ad read, and then I got a very quick side story for you.
Please.
Go ahead. Tell us about the wood filler, Paul.
Well, I don't use wood filler often, but when I do, my buddy Erik gets a call, and I say, Erik, what do you prioritize when you use wood filler? And Eric's like, well, it's got to sand flat. It's got to look good in terms of a tone and sheen. It's got to match the wood. And it's got to hold up to paint. I don't want to see divots. And well, Erik, Gorilla Glue Wood Filler does all those three things. They sent you and me a nice package of it, 2 different colors. And you have explained to us that you have used it on multiple occasions already.
I have, and it's fantastic. And you should go pick yourself up some at GorillaTough.com/woodworking is BS. That is without the Southern accent. GorillaTough.com/woodworking is BS. Gorilla, tough enough for the pros, easy enough for everyone.
I love the way you say that.
Now, we've got a special little.
We've got a special guest, but
little special guest.
Do I have to play a little something to let people know what's up?
Give me that sound drop, baby boy.
Well, I'm sorry. What?
The slide. Ooh. We're gonna slow things down, draw back, pour some wine, light some candles, because we're sliding into Erik's DMs. Eggplant emoji.
God, I missed this fucking seg. This is a one-time only banger. And we have the legend herself, Vicky.
Hi, everybody.
Jasper. We are married.
I am the Mrs. Jasper, Mrs. Copperpig.
Mrs. Copperpig.
Now, I am a little rusty. I have not used the slide voice in quite some time. Paul can attest to that.
we thought it'd be fun to bring the slide back.
And I'm reading these live.
We thought it'd be fun.
We've got a couple for you. Vicky, why don't you here's what I think we'd like to do we'll have you drop it. We'll have you really hit us with it. Now, Paul has not heard any of these yet.
No, he has not.
And we can give some advice for folks, whether it was a good slide, whether it was a bad slide.
Erik, I think there probably are a lot of listeners who have no idea what we're even talking about. What is the slide? So, in our first, 5-6 episodes of the podcast?
Something like that, yeah.
At the very early days, we thought it'd be fun. What were we thinking? we thought it'd be fun to do a segment where we reviewed some of the thirsty DMs that appeared in Erik's inbox.
Now listen. I will say
that slide into
the DMs. Listen, we've all maybe not for those of us hosting and listening who have been married since before the days of social media, but for those of us who are not old, Vicky. That wasn't a jab at you. That was a jab at Paul. I just want to be straight up.
I have been aggressed upon. I took that personally.
Well, for those of us, we've all slid into a DM, or two in our time.
I mean,
no?
I guess I did. I slid into her Match.com
DM. Oh, God. That's a story for another day. We got to get that on the pod.
Is a Match.com DM.
That's right.
Well, you know what? I stand by what I just said then. So,
okay.
Okay.
All right. So the slide was the segment where we review some of the messages coming into Erik's inbox. And it was for the first, 5-6 episodes of the podcast. If you want to go back to episodes 1 through 5.
Please don't.
Please don't. You can hear some of them, but
we'll give them some pointers.
Horny.
They're pretty great, and we had Vicky.
I was a hoot back when we recorded these. I got to tell you,
we had Vicky put on her sexy bedroom voice, which I never hear per se. Like, this is not how she talks to me, but I wish she did. She's going to read some of Erik's more recent DMs.
All right, hit us.
Okay. I'm reading these live. I usually get to practice them, but okay, here we go. Excuse me. Need a hot dietitian to eat ice cream with this weekend? If so, I'm available Saturday afternoon. Sarcasm and stimulating conversation are free, as they come with the package. Winky emoji. However, the Monique lore must be earned with donations of time and sunflowers.
What?
Winky emoji.
Wink,
you know what?
Sunflower emoji.
That's it's a little heavy-handed, I feel like. Paul, what do you think? How do you feel about that one?
What do I think?
So thirsty. Yeah, I give it it's so thirsty.
Listen, let's give her a grade.
That's
or
good.
him. We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah,
it looked like a lady. It looked like the lady. Get out of here.
Oh, sorry.
It looked
yeah,
like
you're
the
not allowed
kind.
to see. Okay.
Wait. Let me see again. I think that's a pretty good shoot your shot, right? Need a hot
good.
dietitian to eat ice cream this weekend. If so, I'm available. I mean, that's one question. If it's a dietitian, why
she's
are you
leading with ice cream? Yeah. Opening with ice cream.
I mean, that's a little counterintuitive, I will say.
Well, like eating frozen yogurt doesn't have
so
the same...
sarcasm and stimulating conversation are free. Erik, you are sarcastic as fuck.
I do
like
love both of those.
Conversation.
Sure.
I mean, you know what?
I want to know more about the Monique lore.
I like it. Sorry, what's Monique lore?
Good question.
It's a great question.
Get back to us,
Erik.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't respond to these DMs.
Okay. Maybe that's her name. Maybe she's talking about lore about herself.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to know.
Okay.
Must be earned with donations of time and sunflowers. Like, I love sunflowers. I give it an A.
That's an A. Okay.
I think that's an A.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I'll give it an A-. It wasn't titulating to me, but I appreciate the effort.
Okay. Vicky,
are we ready to move on?
Oh, we're
all right. Hit us with the next one.
Okay.
Paul, avert your eyes, my good man.
Do I say the name of the
No.
person?
No.
No
So we'll keep it. Yeah.
It is the boy kind. So here we go. A petition for Erik to do all his woodworking shirtless. 1 like for this to happen. Sweaty face emoji.
Sweaty face
Erik.
emoji.
Erik.
I can't do any shirtless woodworking. I can't.
Why not? Was it not safe?
No, it's perfectly. I if the camera's off, I'll work shirtless all day long.
Really?
I can't do that on camera.
Don't tease
come
the
on,
people.
baby.
Nah.
I mean, you're half shirtless right now.
I can't do it for the people. People don't want to see me shirtless. They want to imagine me shirtless. That's two different
Erik,
things.
That's a good. That is a good point.
Well, I would say people don't want to see me shirtless, nor do they want to imagine me shirtless.
I don't know. The best content you've ever put on the internet was when you were wearing that extra small Justin t-shirt. So I still think about that.
All right.
I will say I was at a party last night with all of my volleyball friends, and I have a whole group of volleyball friends who are gay, and one of them drank way too much and kept hitting on me all night.
Yeah, he did.
It was like, it was refreshing. It's the first time I've been hit. Vicky's unbuttoning my top button.
There you go.
It's the first time I've been hit on in about a year and a half, so it was refreshing.
It was refreshing.
All right, I'm gonna give that one a B-. I don't think that was good.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
All right, Vicky, hit us with the next one.
Do your eggplant emoji thing. Eggplant emoji. Yeah. Okay. Here's another one. Don't look at the camera.
I'm not.
Here we go. Hey, so and so. Your product shots are always on point, as are your products, of course. I've been playing around with photography and trying to get better at the craft, and I'm wondering what lens you use.
Ooh.
Is it a 50mm or a 1.8? That's what I'm likely going to buy. Just thought I'd reach out and see if you have any tips or tricks in that regard. Thanks in advance, and keep it up, man.
Is that even a hit? Is that even a pass?
Apparently, this person slid into your DMs, darling.
What?
Yeah, that's a screenshot.
What?
And then you said, "You're going to be sorely disappointed with me." And then you said, "I used my phone."
All right.
Not a sexy response back.
I don't even remember getting that. I got that DM.
That's because I sent that to you in 2018, my man. If anybody ever wants to say I don't put in the fucking work on this podcast, I scrolled all the way back to the beginning of our friendship.
You did the Lord's
work.
Wait.
My slide was into your DMs.
Wait. Oh, that's
Erik.
your?
Yes. Erik
Oh my God, Erik, you are the one who sent me that message?
That was my slide, baby.
That's your first message to me ever?
Yup.
Oh my God.
Oh, did you hit you in the feels?
Oh, I feel all.
I wanted to see how I slid in. Did I have any game?
Erik. Oh my God, were you scrolling for like half a billion years?
All right, you want to know the real fucking story?
Yeah, I do.
2 hours to slide back. I started driving and I just had it in my lap and I was just like not looking at it, just scrolling back. I drove all the way home. I packed up for the next day because I had to leave. I walked to the grocery store, bought my groceries,
Erik.
walked back, and I still wasn't done scrolling.
Oh my God.
You two talk to each other way
Erik,
too much.
that's our first. That's our first contact.
That's
ever.
our first slide right there, baby.
Oh, dude. No wonder
tearing up. Look at him. You're cut off.
No wonder I
wanted to
went
know.
for you.
I wanted to know, and it was all
Erik,
about.
That's
I was just
so great.
I wanted to
We
know
have
what
one
what lens
more
you
slide.
used. We do got one more.
I use an Erik lens. Go ahead.
You can't look.
I'm not.
We got one more.
Hi. I was just introduced to you via the Shop Sounds podcast. I'm originally from Philly also, and sadly I only got into woodworking after I left, so I never got to meet any local makers. Crying face emoji. Just wanted to say I love your work. And then later, I'd recognize the Animal Crossing tunnels any day. I designed those back when I was an architect.
I put in so much work scrolling back.
That's Mary's first message?
That was the first shot. And you know what? What my favorite part about that is the no response.
You didn't respond?
No.
You fucking
You're
dick.
the worst. Mary, if you're listening to this.
Mary, I'm so sorry for Erik's behavior.
I wanted to go all the way back to the beginning of this pod and figure out how we became friends. And you know what? She had a good, I'll give her slide like a strong, like A-.
Wait. So you wanted to figure out how we became friends. So if I were to summarize, I would say you contacted me and I willingly replied. No problem. Mary contacted you and you fucking ghosted her. Is that how we started?
I just no response.
You dick.
Oh, Erik, just for
absolute
a
dick.
good time, I'm going back to see what our first
slide
was. Our first DM. Several crying face laughing emojis, which clearly means that I sent you something hilarious. And then you said, "Thanks, Vicky," smiley face emoji. And I said, "So proud of you. Awesome work." I sound like your mom.
Mom gave you the reinforcement you needed.
And then later, much later, I said, "Proof of life check-in." And you said, "Haven't lost a kidney yet." And I said, keep your head on a swivel. So I don't know what that was about.
I don't know what the context is, but I love it with no context.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, man. I will say my favorite part of scrolling all the way back through almost exactly 8 fucking years of overly verbose friendship was the copious number of dating stories and check-ins. Like the constant, like Paul was like, how'd that third date go? And I was like, it's not going to end well.
And nope.
I have a feeling that was the context in which I instructed you to keep your head on
think that if I'm a gambling man,
if you were to lose a kidney, it would be to a random person harvesting
100%.
it. Yeah, for the black market.
Yeah.
So Vicky, while you're here with us, today's topic was like, what have you learned from your lessons in life this year? Would you like to share with the listeners kind of what you've learned? Like, they heard me, like I told them what I learned, but like, I'm curious if it's similar for you. What did you learn this year?
Well, in going over the subject of this podcast the other day, we did have this conversation.
Yeah.
So I believe I said things like, I used to really tease you about all your friends from the interwebs and all these things you roped me into, and like, and now I don't even bat an eye. Like, you were like, we're going to Toronto, and I was like, when does our plane land? Like, can I bring a carry-on? Like,
I feel like there's so many woodworkers and other like creatives listening who are like, yeah, I do that to my significant other.
Yep.
And they just got to roll with it.
What other things did I say?
I don't know.
I had a midday margarita. So the
hell yeah,
memory
Georgia.
Well, Georgia, yes, definitely open to the universe on that one. I manifested that cat, and let me tell you, I had no interest in a cat, but I have always loved orange cats. And I said the only way I will accept a cat is if the cat distribution system brings one to me, and that is exactly what happened. And she's orange, and so I was like, looks like I own a cat now.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about being open to the universe? That's been a big topic of tonight.
I am a passenger in Paul Jasper's world. And so if he is open to the universe, that means I am open to the universe, because I am along for the ride. But it has served us well.
You're not just a passenger. That almost diminishes your role. You're more than a passenger.
I'm an enthusiastic partner.
I think Vicky knows who she is and where she stands.
Yeah,
and
thank you, Erik.
When she wants to get on the Paul Jasper train, she's fucking there for it.
Yeah.
And I have seen firsthand where sometimes we're all on the train together and Vicky's like, this is my stop. Good night.
Yep.
That's self-knowledge. That's self-awareness.
Like next Thursday, we're all going out.
Yeah,
and she's like, I'm done, guys.
Yeah,
it's 11.
yep.
Mama's going to bed.
I will be dancing on the bar tops, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, flashpoint.
Within minutes. Home. Yeah. Yep.
Seconds. What else? What else have I been open to? Your crazy adventures.
You had a message of acceptance of yourself that I thought was profound.
So, yes.
Tell a little bit of a story.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, being a girl who was raised in the 80s and 90s, I obsess over every inch and bump on my body in terms of like weight and it just the whole thing. I'm, whatever. A child of the 80s. I'm obsessed with like appearance and weight and all that jazz. I exercise. I eat pretty well. Not today with my midday margarita, but normally. And so I've been very frustrated because I am now 50 years old and it is not so easy to like cut this and that and you'll drop a few pounds. It doesn't work that way. It's more like you run 5 miles, you barely eat anything and you maintain your weight. So my moment of acceptance was I shifted my thinking into being like, listen, you can move your body comfortably and make it do anything you want it to do. So you can exercise and run and swim and do all those things with little to no pain. I am a healthy weight. Nobody's telling me I'm unhealthy or anything. I have taken care of all like the health things like cholesterol and all that stuff. Like all that's good. So I've shifted my thinking into being like, you need to focus on what is working well. And, you have an able body and you are healthy and the people you love are healthy. And every morning you can wake up and you have a choice of what you want to do and you have no pain in your body. And that's, so I've shifted my way of thinking. And
shifted from like,
obsessing about like, I need to lose weight. I need to run this much so that I, blah, blah, blah.
I accept myself the way I am.
Yes.
Because the way I am, it may not be exactly what I want in every way, but it's pretty damn good by most measures.
Exactly. So there's been a moment of like sort of shifting my thinking that way.
That's fucking fantastic, dude. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you for therapizing with me.
This is what we do.
So yeah. What else? What else have I?
No, that's a good one. No, to stay on that. That's a good one. And I think, for you and me, it's age related because you don't quite have a choice.
No, I don't really have a choice. So I'm sort of like, you should probably just shift your thinking because you just be miserable.
It speaks to like an idea of appreciation and gratitude for what you do.
Right.
So it's an abundance mindset versus a scarcity mindset. You're focusing on more of what you do have versus what you don't have,
right?
Which I think is always a great way to see.
And I can honestly tell you, at 50 years old, I am in better physical shape than I was when I was 25.
Oh, you're stronger than you've ever been.
Yeah, I'm stronger. Don't be scared of the guns. Don't be scared of the guns.
You can't sing any more of that song. We don't have the licensing.
Okay.
We can't make that happen.
But yes, I am healthy, and that's really all that matters. So yeah, that's my thought.
You did say you were a passenger in my world, which is not exactly true because I do a ton of shit you want to do.
Paul, we're all a passenger in your world.
Buddy. Oh, stop it.
I mean, but seriously. What, I wrote you into doing bees with me?
Why did we go to the Grand Canyon, bro? Yeah. Why did we do why am I a beekeeper now?
Because you look so cute in the bee suit.
That's not why I'm a beekeeper now. Why am I a beekeeper now?
I think we should wear our beekeeping suits and do the podcast.
I was about to say. Sounds like you want to hear that slide voice. You better put that fucking beekeeper suit on, buddy.
That's right. Us bumping uglies in those bee suits.
I'm horny.
I'm so thirsty.
Oh my Christ.
Thirsty.
Yeah, that's it. Well, Erik.
Oh, love it, buddy boy.
We revisited the slide, and boy, that did not disappoint.
I mean, what else do you want out of life? We got some overly horny slides.
Right.
And we got some sentimental slides, you know?
Oh, that was really nice
very
how
sweet.
you found
Paul was very touched. He was thoroughly confused for about a minute there. He kept looking at my phone and he was like, who said that? What is that?
Yeah, I'm like, that's not sliding into DM. That's not like a sexual advance. And I was like, oh, it's from Erik.
How do you know it wasn't? It was a long con, buddy. I'm still working up to the courage.
We are going to get together this coming Thursday.
My Lord. I can't wait to meet Teddy C.
Oh, goddamn right. He's excited to meet you, dude.
Oh, Erik, let's ask Vicky the same question you started with today.
What's that?
Okay, yeah, let's end on this.
You do it.
So I was articulating, it's just an interesting observation seeing how people react to pit bulls as I have them on the leash. You know, we walk around or at the park, runs up to meet another dog, and not everybody, but a lot of people will kind of you'll see them balk a little bit. What has been your experience with pit bulls? And have you, genuinely, you don't have to tell me that Teddy's perfect and wonderful. Have you ever had a negative experience with a pit bull, and has that colored yay or nay how you view pit bulls?
So I am obsessed with animals. And I'm really obsessed with dogs. So I've always loved dogs. And in fact, as you were talking, I was thinking about all the pit bulls I've met in my life. And I was just thinking the happiest thoughts. They, in my experience and the pit bulls I have come across, they are the happiest, goofiest love bugs. And they definitely have a bad rap. And it's not the dog, it's the owner that makes those dogs vicious in those cases. But my experience has been they are just goofy love bugs.
When people have a bias or they see a dog or a pit bull coming towards them and they sort of have a bias, they may recoil. Do you think that bias is fair and founded? Because hey, it's fair. Experience has told me a big dog that's capable, that has power, and I should be careful. Or do you think biases are more unhelpful? Do you have a feeling how biases inherent in you play into situations like this?
I mean, I'm sure biases play into certain situations, but speaking specifically about the dog, when I'm running or walking out in the community, if somebody is walking their dog, big, small, tiny, large, whatever, I always give the dog space. Always. It doesn't matter if it's a pit bull. It doesn't matter if it's a Labrador. It doesn't matter if it's a Chihuahua. I give the dog space because I don't know how that dog's going to react. But does that make me in the eyes of those owners like somebody who's being respectful or like
they could fear you as like, oh, they're fearful, or it could be, oh, they're respectful.
Yeah,
it's just based on that person's bias.
I try to always smile and make eye contact with the owner and smile at the dog or whatever to indicate like,
sure,
it's not you, it's I'm just being respectful of the dog's space. Look, there are people that are afraid of dogs,
and there's people that have been attacked by dogs,
and there are people that have been attacked by dogs.
For
so,
sure.
like,
but even to that point, it is an interesting point, and I think about that sometimes when I see people cross the street. It's like sometimes, whatever, you got something in your hand, or you have a small kid. Like you might not have the time to like your 3-year-old wants to pet the dog, and you're like, we got shit to do, we got places to go. So I get all of those things, but and I do think I'm particularly sensitive to it because pit bulls have the reputation. I saw that a lot with Huckleberry too, but Huck was a Saint Bernard, and a lot of people are afraid of just massive dogs, and he was 130 pounds, So I don't know. It's just a thing I observe, and
Interesting.
And I'm not saying it's good or bad. The ones that do have overtly negative reactions at the dog park, I'm like, you guys can go fuck yourselves. Well, and your golden doodle too.
Exactly.
Everyone who owns a golden doodle just got upset.
I don't hate the golden doodle.
I will say though, I had no idea Teddy was a pit bull. I thought he was a lab.
A lot of people do.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Actually, I thought he was a lab too.
Yeah, I thought he was a lab.
So we didn't get into the conversation about the prong collar and how that affects people's perception of him, which might be an interesting one. Yeah. Maybe that's an after show talk.
Okay. You have a spike collar on him?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
We can talk about that. That'll be an interesting chat.
Are you trying to intimidate people, you dick?
I'm a dick.
Studded collar.
Oh yeah. I actually just like put foam in the corners of his mouth too, so people
you just
think he
brush
has
it on with a toothbrush.
Little do people know he just had a pup cup. He's not vicious at all.
All right, y'all. With that, we're gonna wrap this up. We hope you think about inherent biases. Like, I didn't know these were going to be the topics today, so we're kind of shooting from the hip here, but I didn't know we were going to be talking about inherent biases. I think I need to think about that topic a lot more, because the scientist in me says biases are there based on experience or for a reason, but they've been largely mishandled in many ways. So I need to think about this a lot. Erik, thanks for bringing that topic up. And the second topic was being open to the universe, which I will continue to try and see. It is predicated on a position of privilege, but I do think there was a way I could have done it even when I was younger and didn't have such privilege per se. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this episode of Barstool Confessions, and we'll see you in the after show.
And thanks to Vicky for coming back.
Eggplant emoji. That was live. Off the dome.
Bye.
Bye.